What's up, guys? My name is iazY. I'm originally from Toledo, Ohio, and we're here with Industry Most Wanted.
It's in my respiratory. He tell me that he know me, so I called him, told him that I need some codeine. He pulled up in a flash, 5-8 bags. So we snuggled in the car until we took the cash. Okay, I really shouldn't do this much, but the
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Wanted. Listen, we have this beautiful young lady checking in today. Her and I have had the chance to work together. This is our first time making each other's acquaintance in person. Shout out to iazY checking in. How you doing, beauty?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for being here today.
No, thank you for letting me come.
Of course. And we're doing some performances later, so you got a lot going on. But go ahead and give us that official introduction.
Hi, my name is iazY. I'm originally from Toledo, Ohio, but right now I'm in the OC, California, and we're the Most Wanted podcast, and I'm so excited. It's going to eat down, so yeah.
That's right. Listen, I just want to say first and foremost, I love your whole vibe.
Thank you.
The music you're putting together, your energy, like everything is just spot on. So I just wanted to give you that compliment and give you your flowers before we got started. Yes, absolutely. So you're originally from Ohio, Toledo to be exact.
Yeah.
How long did you reside there?
I believe I was there for about, I would say 8 years.
Okay.
And then I moved to Cincinnati for about like 1 year, and then I moved to Virginia for about like a few years, and then I came to California. So yeah, I've been like kind of like all around the world, you know?
Military family?
No, my mom's a travel nurse, so she travels all over the place.
That is amazing. Mm-hmm. Bless her heart. I love that. That is dope. Has that ever been a passion for you to get into nursing?
No.
She said, I'll leave that to my mom. So definitely not. Has it always been music for you, or when you were, I know you're a beautiful young lady now, but when you were little, did you desire to do something different, or has it always been music for you?
Ever since I was younger, I've always wanted to do music. It's something I've always wanted to do. Like, literally, I remember my parents telling me when I was younger, when I would eat, I would always hum while I would eat. And I would always make, like, little songs, like, in my room, as well as, like, my dad had, like, a keyboard in the middle of, like, our walkway upstairs. And I would, like, I didn't know how to play the piano at the time, but I would make, like, little songs. And I would drag my brother in, too. And he didn't want to do it, but I made him do it. But, yeah, it's always been something I wanted to do, so, yeah.
When you were at that age, when you were doing that, what type of music did you enjoy?
I think, like, growing up, I enjoyed a lot of, like, pop music. So a lot of, like, Katy Perry, Selena Gomez, like, literally all of, like, the Disney Channel stars. So, yeah, definitely that.
Absolutely. And what really, like, inspired you? I know, you were a fan of them, but what really, really inspired you? Do you know what it was that said, hey, you know what, music is my thing. This is what I want to do?
I think that it has to be because, like, I grew up, I mean, like, my generation grew up with, like, media and stuff like that. Yeah. So watching, like, a lot of, like, child stars pursue music, I think that's something that inspired me. Also, like, back in the day, I don't know if the kids nowadays know what this is. There's this app called Musical.ly. Yes. And I was on it all the time, and I was like, girl, I'm gonna get famous on it, and I'm gonna be a singer. So that definitely inspired it as well, too.
I think Musical.ly is what became TikTok eventually.
Yeah.
So I was on Musical.ly as well, but I was hurt because I used to, like, now they have Triller as well, which lets you make, like, those videos with all the different scenes and stuff in there. So Musical.ly used to do the same thing. I was hurt when they got rid of it, because are you on TikTok a lot?
Yeah.
You're a TikToker?
Yeah.
What type of content are you posting on TikTok?
Literally, it's so random. Like, I'll, like, drag my brother in. We'll be doing, like, little dances. Sometimes, like, I don't know, like, I'll make a TikTok of me just, like, laughing, like, weirdly. Like, it's very random. I feel like my, like, content from, like, Instagram and TikTok are, like, two different type of things. So yeah.
They have to be. That's what I've learned, and that's what I've had such a hard time with, is because I'm this person on Instagram, but TikTok is more, I think, well, like you said, you can just be yourself and just do random stuff, and it goes viral.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what type of random stuff do I want to do to put on there? So I'm struggling with that just a little bit, definitely, because I definitely don't dance. So also, going back to your childhood, what was it about these artists that maybe kind of glorified it for you? Like, was it because they had the fame, or was it because of the money? Like, what was it that, like, inspired you to say, I want what they have?
I think it's just like the lifestyle, like seeing how like they got to like go shopping like every day, like the newest clothes. I feel like I wanted that, and also like to perform in front of people and like have people support you to that extent. I feel like that's something that I've always wanted, like you know, to like people to hear my music and like feel something. So from like watching artists like that and seeing how like I felt something, I want people to feel the same way. So I think that's what like kind of like glorified them for me.
Yeah. So music for you personally is like a form of expression. Absolutely. Let's talk about the creative process. Are you a writer, as in you put pen to paper, or do you type it on your phone, or do you just get in the studio and kind of freestyle it?
Actually, it really depends. Sometimes like before the day like I have to go to the studio, I'll like write something down. I'll mostly like so first I'll sit on my bed and I'm like, okay, like, wait, what's the vibe? Yeah. And then like I'll like record different sounds like in my phone, like different like pieces of like songs that like I found in my head, and I'll be like, na 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 na. And then I'll like write in my notes like the song. But then like when I get into the studio, I'm like, oh, I don't like that. So I'm like, let me switch it up. And then I just like kind of like freestyle like on the fly, and then it just comes out. One of my songs, and it's just like, I don't know, it's very chaotic, but yeah, it gets it done. But
it's a form of expression for you. I know you're still young, but do you feel like it kind of is like a mental therapy almost, or just like therapeutic creating music?
I believe so. I feel like one thing about me is that like when I have like certain emotions, like back then I used to like keep them in. I feel like music for me just like, cause like I tried journaling. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I feel like writing songs and music is way better for me to like put my emotions on paper and help me like release and refresh.
Absolutely. Everybody's a little different in what works for them, and you have to find what works for you, and writing music is it for you. Did you ever write poetry?
Yes, I did. It wasn't good, but yeah.
Let me ask you this. Did any of your poems inspire any songs that you've written?
Yes. Okay. So back in the day, before like I would write songs, I would write poems. I would usually write them with my dad. Me and my dad, we would write poems and like short little stories. The first song that I ever officially wrote was like, it was because of a poem that I made from this YouTube beat that I don't know the whole logistics of it, but I used that beat and I wrote a poem to it. And then like after a little bit later, I went back to it and then I wrote like my first song to it. So yeah, definitely.
It was an inspiration to develop that song. That is dope. Was that the only one that you ever did like that?
Yeah, but then I also like write poems like on the side just to like help me like see what I want.
Yes.
So yeah.
What about spoken word? Has that ever been an interest for you?
Actually, no. I get kind of scared because like when I watch like videos like, or maybe it's not videos, but like movies of like people doing spoken word, and it's like, like the girl with the hat and the black tears, and she's like snapping. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, that's like a whole different vibe, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the fence with that too. Some of them I enjoy, but then some of them I feel like they get way too deep and it kind of goes over our head. So it's like, But I love the music. I've heard, obviously a few of your records. Where did you develop your sound? Because you have such a unique and different sound, which I love. You don't sound like anybody else, and that's the goal, right? When people hear your music, you want them to know it's you. How did you develop your sound?
It's actually really crazy because like I feel like a lot of the times I'm like, oh, I do this and I do that, but I feel like I'm still trying to develop my sound. Like I feel like I'm like going like different ways and trying to do this and trying to do that, but like I guess like it's still different, but I feel like I'm still trying to find who I am as an artist. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I do feel like because of like the genre that I'm trying to go into, which is like rock and pop, I feel like it does like puts me in a spot of like, kind of like different from other people. Yes. Especially like me being like my race and stuff like that, and like people expecting me to do like R&B like all the time when like people ask me like what's my genre, and before I even answered the question they're always like, oh, is it R&B or is it hip-hop? And I'm like, oh,
stop being stereotypical. Right, exactly.
So but yeah, I think that's one factor of it for sure.
I think the world just really has blinders up. A lot of the people, not anybody in this room, we're very open-minded, but a lot of people in life just have their blinders up and automatically assume, like they'll see somebody and stereotype them, oh, they must do this or they must do that. It's like, no, I'm this or I'm that.
Yeah.
How would you describe your sound? I know you said it's kind of like pop and rock, but how would you really describe your sound?
I feel like it's like a lot of like kind of like cartoonish type beats. Like I feel like my songs, like they have like a very like serious message, but then like it's on this like really just like very like Ed and Eddie type beat. And it's like,
I love it.
Girl, like what's going on? But
you're having fun.
Yeah, for sure. But it works though. So I think that's kind of it. And then just add some guitars, basically.
Is that your favorite instrument?
Yeah. Yeah, or I would have to say guitar or piano.
Okay. Have you thought about learning how to play either one, or do you?
I currently play guitar. I've been playing piano since like I was 7.
So you're a pro.
I mean,
She a pro on the keys. She a pro.
Yeah.
She's being humble right now. She's being humble. I'm going to pop her ish for her. She's a pro. So since you're 7, you're playing the keyboard or the piano. How long you been playing guitar?
I've been playing guitar since I was 14.
Okay.
Which is like crazy because like I remember that like my dad, because I asked for guitar, but like I don't think I took it as serious as piano, because at the time I was like really focused on like trying to learn piano because I was trying to like self-teach myself. So, like I was really focused on that. And I guess like for Christmas, like it was kind of for the aesthetic. I was like, Dad, hey, can I get a guitar? And this man literally got a guitar from like the trash. I don't know where he got it from. But he got it. But it was very new. And like I was like, girl, what is this? But no, yeah. And then it kind of sat for a second. Then I feel like I guess like a year ago I should have taken it more serious, and that's when like I feel like I should have developing like the skills for it. So yeah.
You still got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think it's so dope that he took you serious enough to go buy you one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you may have been joking or not, like he's like, you know what, this is my baby girl, I'm gonna go get her one.
Yeah.
Of course, you got your mom representing you as well. Like that is amazing. Who better to represent you than someone who birthed you, right?
Yeah.
That's going to care about everything, because there's a lot of weirdos out here, right? We have to protect ourselves as women. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the fellas in the room, but we as women got to protect ourselves, right? Do you feel like you're fully understood as an artist, or do you think you're slightly misunderstood?
I feel like sometimes, because with like the people that I work with, and I feel like, they all have like great intentions, but I feel like it's really different working with someone like my age and like people like other ages. So I feel like sometimes they like view things that like I want to do or how I want to present myself like as an artist, and it's like kind of like a little old school. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right, understood.
But like I feel like it's sometimes hard to like iterate like what I want, because like they already have like an idea of what they wanted because of like the era that they grew up.
Absolutely. You nailed it. You're 100% right, because people who are my age, I'm in my 40s, right? It would be a little bit difficult for me to completely understand somebody who's a teenager, because I'm not a teenager. And when I was a teenager, it was very different. So that's when they just need to learn what it is that you do, and take the time to do it. Who are some of the people you're working with musically right now, whether it be producers, engineers, or other artists that you're collabing with?
Right now, I'm working with this amazing producer. His name is Radio, but we call him Choi. He's a real one. I love him so much. I remember when I first walked into his studio and I was like, hey, like I want this, I want that, and this man literally put out his guitar and just started like strumming, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? I was like, what? And also this like amazing 15-year-old producer named Mappa, he's amazing. But like when I first saw him, I was like, what's going on? Like I was like, what? And I don't know why, but like when he first walked into the room, I was kind of scared of him a little bit. I was like next to my mom, I was like, Mom, can you go talk to him? And she was like, girl, I'm not gonna go talk to him. Like but he was amazing. I literally showed him like, this is the type of beat I want, and he was like, okay, period. And he just like pulled it out. No, but yeah, but like those are like the top two. Also, like my mom and my dad and the amazing Miss Keisha, and but yeah, those are like some people that I'm working with right now.
Absolutely. When it comes to production, what really captures your ear? I know you like the guitar, but what is it about the particular beats that you choose that really captures your attention?
I just really like beats that like I can I feel it. Like you know how sometimes like you'll listen to like a song and like the beat comes and you're like, whoa,
feel that in my soul. Yes.
Yeah, I love beats like that, and also like beats that are very like vibrant, but like also like beats that are very like emotional, but like have like that like kind of like popish like vibe to it. So I definitely like beats like that for sure.
Yeah, and it's important that you put that out there, because I'm sure you probably get random producers hitting you up and they haven't even listened to your work to understand what type of sound so they're over here sending you trap beats and stuff. Not to say you wouldn't use one, but it's like, get to know you as an artist. It kind of goes back to what we were saying. People got to get to know your style and your vibe. That way they're able to send you the right production. So that's why I wanted to ask that. Are you open to working with other producers right now?
Yes, like I feel like it's crucial to work with other producers, because it helps you like network, and also like I get to know your sound, and we can like make like you never know like what you can make until like you make it with like someone else.
Yes.
And also this, because okay, so there's this producer, his name is dang it, it's on the tip of my tongue. What's his name? He's like amazing. What's his name? He's Grocery Store, the remix. Bush, the amazing Bush. Oh my God, Bush, he's so amazing. And I remember when I first got recommended to work with Bush, because he's a producer and he's a rapper, and he's also on Grocery Store, the remix.
Okay.
So, go check that out. And I was a little bit hesitant because like, that was when I hadn't worked with any other producers except Choi, and I was so comfortable with Choi and like his vibe, because he kind of get me, that like I was like, okay, like I don't know, like is he gonna be like very like hip hop-ish, and like I'm gonna have to like sit there and be like, yeah, I love it. But he was amazing. When I went into a studio, also Dub, I was like, wow. See, and I feel like I wouldn't have been able to like experience that or experience their sound or make music together with them if I didn't keep an open mind. So I think that's very crucial to do, for sure.
Man, that you just made a great point. You're absolutely right. You have to have an open mind, and it's cool when an artist can pull a producer kind of out of their element, and vice versa. So you might work with a producer who only makes like trap beats and stuff, but you might say, no, I want this. Now for the first time, they're creating a whole new beat or a different type of genre. Are there other genres that you're open to tapping into?
I feel like when the time comes, and I feel like when I solidify like my own genre, I want to like, I don't know, maybe I might mix a little bit of pop and maybe a little bit of hip hop, but I feel like I want to like first let the people know that like, hey, this is me, and if I do this, okay, but then also this is me, this is home.
I love that. Sure. You have a great plan. Absolutely. And you're very, very polished. Like you're Thank you. Yes. Like, what are you doing? Because I want you to talk to the people on this camera right now, because, do you mind sharing your age?
Yes. I'm 17.
She's 17. Listen, and I'm just going to be honest, like, just having a conversation with you is so much easier than some people I talk to who are like 2-3 times your age. Honestly, you're very polished, you're very poised and put together. I wanted to compliment you on that. Like, you got it going on. For these artists out here who are kind of having a hard time with that, being, media trained and being able to talk to people, what advice could you give them?
Girl,
throw it out there.
I feel like I feel like it just has to do with like knowing how to like be professional. Yes. I feel like sometimes, like we have our own vibes, but I feel like there's times where you can turn it off and you can turn it on. Yeah. Also, like, and if you need tips, I don't know, babe, go on TikTok. That's what I do. If I have a problem or like, okay, how do I like act a certain way? I'm just like, let me go on TikTok. That's my new Safari. So yeah, so definitely do that.
That's a great idea. Great piece of advice. Yeah, absolutely. Because I think sometimes some of the younger artists get uncomfortable in certain situations, and I could tell you're completely in your comfort zone. I love that. Can you see yourself doing anything else, or is music it for you?
I do want to go into like acting.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I would eat it down.
Yes, you will.
Acting, or maybe like writing, movies and stuff like that, and TV shows. But definitely something like that for sure.
Yeah, so you're open to the big screen. Definitely. Have you attempted to do that yet? Like getting any like small films or anything like that?
Yes, I think one like acting thing that I did was like I was a part of this like independent film, which was called The Blackout. I don't know if it's out yet, but it was really funny because I was supposed to have like a minor role in it because it was just something that like my dad found, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to go?" I'm like, "Okay, whatever. It's a day off of school, so I'll go." And the person that one of the lead characters that were supposed to be there didn't come.
Okay.
So they were like, "Hey, do you want to like take her role?" I was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "Sure." And I did, and it was very exciting. So hopefully that can lead into bigger and better things.
It sure will. Were you, being that you were kind of put into that position last minute, were you able to kind of improv it, or did you have to learn those lines like verbatim last minute?
It was fortunately it was a situation to where like I could have like improv'd. Yeah. But even if I had to learn the lines, I feel like I'm able to like, I'm a fast learner. Yeah. So I feel like I would be able to like, like learn it like that.
That is amazing. That's the one thing I would have trouble with, is retaining all those lines, like trying to remember all that. I'm like, I would be all over the place. So that's a gift right there. You have multiple gifts. You do a lot of different stuff. Do you ever have a desire to get in on the production side, since you do play a couple instruments?
Yes. Usually, actually, I've been making my own beats, but I'm trying to like learn how to like use like stuff like Logic and stuff like that. Yeah. Right now I only use like GarageBand, and I mean it's been working for me. And also like I kind of got a little bit of like hype because like Pink Panther, she uses GarageBand, so I'm like, okay, wait, if the Queen does it, then I'll keep doing it too. So, but yeah, I definitely want to learn how to use like stuff like Logic and stuff like that to like make like more polished beats for sure.
Absolutely. Are you recording yourself, or are you always going to the studio?
I actually like sometimes, because like I don't go to the studio all the time, so sometimes for example, if I go to Troy and I'm like, okay, like I want to make a song like this, I'll like make the beat, and then like I have like these like busted up earplugs that don't work, but like I'll like go in my closet and I'll like record like a whole song, and then I'll like send it to him, and he'll like polish the beat, and then we'll put it on there. But usually like I'll just record in my closet.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. That's actually the best place to do it, because it's soundproof with the clothes and stuff in there, right? You're not going to get no echoing. Yeah. What is the music scene like in your city right now for like independent artists on the rise, getting themselves out there like yourself? Is there a lot going on?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. When I go to like these showcases and stuff like that, there's so many artists, trying to get their name out and stuff like that. And it's really interesting, and also it's very like inspiring to see like people like me, trying to make it big. And people are also like, they're really nice, because at the end of the day, we're all going through this together. We're all trying to perform and make connections. So it's very chaotic, but it's definitely very wholesome too.
I love it. Give us one of your highlight moments, like something, if you could go back and relive that moment over and over and over again since you started music, what would it be?
I would have to say when I made my first official song on GarageBand, which was Ghost, before I gave it to Troy. Because, okay, I was sitting on my couch, and I'm like, oh my God, these boys aren't anything. Like, I'm like, oh. and I'm just like, you know what? Like, wait, what if I like make a song? And I remember just sitting there, like plucking on my guitar, and I'm like, okay, like maybe I can like actually make this into like official song, because like, I don't know. And then I started making it, and I was like, wow. And when I look back on it, I'm just like, girl, like what were you getting yourself into? Because like it's like, I don't know, it's an amazing thing. And I think that I'm really like proud of myself for like pushing myself to like even go to like the producer side. Absolutely. And like trying it out and keep doing it. So yeah, Ghost is definitely something that like I wish I could like go back and like think about.
Absolutely. And probably make 100 more of those type of records. Something you're very proud of. Mm-hmm. That's a big accolade for you. And being you're 17, you're writing your music, you're creating your music. man, you have a lot going on. What does work-life balance look like for you? You know, maybe going to school and being able to balance, you know, the work side with the music. You know, is that easy for you?
Okay. Well, okay. Sometimes it's a little hard, but sometimes it's not. I feel like it depends on like the era of school. Like if right now we're about to get into like AP tests, so I'm trying to study for that and also like balance music. So sometimes it can be a lot, but then also there's times where it's like very like stagnant, where like I can kind of like balance it out. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just all about like time management. Like sometimes like I have to like sit and like look at myself in the mirror and be like, girl, the reason why you didn't get nothing done is because you took a nap for 7 hours. Like, girl, you like get up.
The naps be everything sometimes.
Yeah. But no, yeah, it's all about time management.
It is, absolutely. I'm a napper as well. I live for taking a nap. Like I always be like, oh, this is the best part of my day. Let me take this nap real quick, you know, because you feel refreshed when you get up from it. Let's talk about this new record that you have. It's called Pink Leaf. Such a vibe. Such a vibe. Like I just got chills. Just man, you're an amazing artist. You really are, and I'm not just blowing smoke. You are amazing at what you do. Tell us about the record and like what this record in particular means to you.
Oh my, okay. So originally this like the chorus for Pink Leaf wasn't supposed to be like on this song. It was supposed to be for a whole nother song. But like I said, like when I was like, okay, maybe there's like something bigger and better out here. So when I met Mappa and I showed him like the original song, and he gave me like 10 beats, and I picked that certain beat, and I was like, hey, wait, this is kind of eating. But I wasn't gonna put the chorus there in the first place because I was like, I really do like how the other songs sounded, and I kind of want to stick to that. But we were all sitting, and you know, Mappa and his mom, they were like, okay, we're leaving. We'll see you at the studio tomorrow at like 12. I'm like, hold on, whoa, what? I was like, wait, what? Like, and so like, I'm like, okay, wait, that means, and we were at the other studio like around like till like 12. So I was like up till like 4 trying to write this song, and I'm like, and my mom, she's half asleep, like, girl, go to sleep. I'm like, girl, you need to go to sleep. Don't worry. I was like, don't worry about me. So I'm like,
this.
So I'm like in a rush to like write this song. So I just took the chorus, and then I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is gonna be about, but let's just get words in here. And I don't know why, but like the first thing that came up to my head was like respiratory.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I was just like, okay, wait, we can make something with this. And I guess like now that I look back on it, because when I first wrote the song, I really did not have like an idea in mind. Like I didn't have like a theme like I do with all my other songs. So it's kind of like a very like chill and vibe. But like when I think about it, it's just more like a song to like, you go to the parties and, you know, live it up. You're in the car, like sunset. So it's definitely like a very like vibe song for sure. It's
very vibey, and it's like that feel good type of record. I think we need more of that music in the world. We need more of you in the world.
Thank you.
Tell us about your name.
iazY. So, okay, there's not really like a very interesting story about my name, but like my original name was gonna be my actual name, and my parents were like, that's boring. And I'm like, okay, well, okay. So I was in the car, and I think we were coming back from like Olive Garden. So I was full. I just wanted to go to sleep, and I'm just like, and they're like, Syra, you need to like, that's my real name. They were like, Syra, you need to get like a name. You can't use Syra. That's like, no, that's bad. I'm like, okay, well. So I'm like, okay, wait. Maybe if like I think a little bit, I could like flip some of the letters in my name, and just I guess like forget the Z, and I'm just like, okay, let's just add a Y for like the vibes, and then iazY just came to be. But sometimes I'm like, I don't know about this name, girl, because a lot of people call me lazy.
I was just gonna ask you, how often are they mispronouncing it?
A lot.
She's the complete opposite of lazy. Like, this girl works.
No, but it's I understand. Like even with my actual name, people like mispronounce it all the time, and like they'll ask me my name, and they'll be like, "Oh, what's your name?" And I'll like be like, "Oh, blah blah blah," and they'll still say it wrong, and I'll be like, "Oh, you know, it's okay." But no, yeah, it's fine. But I learned to love it, and I think it's a very interesting name. So
I love it too. Absolutely. I feel like, and you know, I talk about this often, and Tamari can tell you, like when it comes to like either naming yourself as an artist or even naming your music, you want to come up with a name that's different and, you know, kind of off the wall per se, because that's what's going to draw people in to say, okay, her song is called Grocery Store Remix. What can this song possibly be about? You get what I'm saying? So it's like it's going to draw people in and intrigue them to learn more about you. Same thing with your name. So I think you did a perfect job. Keep that.
Thank you.
Keep that name, most definitely. What are some of the things you have in the works right now? I know we're working on this campaign for the current single. Do you have other stuff going on that we need to be in tune with?
Yes, I'm going to be having a show for the Spring Festival, Passion Fruit LA, which is in LA. So if you're from Atlanta, you know, get a plane ticket, baby.
Yeah.
You can get it. It's April 7th.
Okay.
And I'm going to be releasing another single soon. I don't know which one yet, but it's going to be good. So, you know, keep in check. But no, yeah, we're having a lot of things, you know, come into the works and coming out. So I'm excited for the era.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that you're releasing music on a consistent basis, because that's, in today's era, that's what you need to do to kind of stay in the algorithms of everything, is consistently releasing music. How often would you say you're putting out new music?
My goal is to put out new. See, it's a little bit technical, because like, you know, you want to like still like get like, you know, uprise from like your old single, but I also want to like continue like to release it to keep like my name out there. I want to like release, you know, like a new song every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But like also like I don't want like the old song to be forgotten, and you know I have to like promote 2 different songs, you know. So we're still trying to get like that schedule down, but like we'll get it down.
Absolutely. It can be a tough balance, because you are absolutely right. Like, you don't want any of these ones that you've already released to get pushed to the wayside, because they're all great records. But the way social media is, people are demanding what's next, and it's like, okay, well, this song's only 2 months old, this is still brand new, the world hasn't heard it. So yeah, you just got to kind of find that perfect balance and what works for you. Definitely. Pink Leaf, out now, everywhere. Is there a visual for it?
There's gonna be one soon.
Coming soon.
We're working on it.
Let me ask you this a little bit on the personal side. Take music out of the situation. What makes you happy?
Oh my God. I would have to say my brothers. As much, I know.
I love that.
As much as like they get on my nerves, I do enjoy their company, because like I feel like if I was the only child, I feel like I don't know what I would do. Like I need people to talk to, you know.
Yeah.
Also, like, what else makes me happy? Playing games, sleeping, watching YouTube and TikTok. You know, like all the regular stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. What type of like video games, like Xbox or PlayStation?
Both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, you're 17, you know, like those are all the things you do. And those really actually are good. It's rather better than being outside doing, you know, some weirdo stuff. You know, your mom knows you're good, you're safe. Absolutely. Anything else that you have in the works before we give out your social media that we can be in tune for?
Well, keep on the watch for the Pink Leaf visual. It's coming soon. It's going to be real cute, real fun, you know, real fab. And also, like I said, I have a show for Passion Fruit LA, April 7th, which is going to be very cute. And yeah, there's going to be some songs being released soon, so watch out for that, and keep streaming Pink Leaf, because as you should.
Run it up. And you've got the visualizer for it, which is really dope. Who made that for you? I love it.
Actually, it was my dad.
Really? He did a good job.
Thank you.
It looks really, really nice.
Thank you.
I like those visualizers because it allows people to actually learn the words. You know, like when they're seeing it, I'm a visual learner. So it's like if I'm watching that video and I see the captions, the words popping up, I can comprehend it a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes people may not quite understand, what did she say right there? Oh, she said this. Exactly. So that is dope. Most definitely.
Thank you.
Where can people follow you at? Because we want to make sure that they keep in tune with everything that iazY's got going on.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at iazY Official, as well as my TikTok, which is iazY Official. And if you don't know how to spell iazY, it's iazY, and you should know how to spell official. My YouTube is also iazY, and yeah, and my Spotify is iazY, so pull up.
I know that's right. Scare, pull up. Make sure you go run up the streams on all her music. You know, right now, Pink Leaf is the campaign. Also, Grocery Store Remix, still a new record. So they need to tap in with that as well. Who was the feature on that one?
Bush was here.
Yes, definitely. I know you have a lot of people that love on you, support you. Anybody that you want to give thanks to, shout out to?
I want to give shout out to my mom, my brothers, my dad, Miss Keisha, Tampa, Most Wanted Podcast.
Hey!
Yes, and just the world.
Definitely.
Period.
And yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Shout out to you because you're so dope.
Thank you.
You make it look easy. You do. You make it look real easy. That's why people like you get imitated, because they're like, oh, that not everybody can do what you do. So you need to pat yourself on the back. You're doing it. Yes, ma'am. There you go. My last question for you. We live. You said it. Industry's most wanted.
Most
Big industry's most wanted, not the little one. What makes you the industry's most wanted?
I think because, like, I don't know, I'm just me. I feel like a lot of people can be them, and like I feel like a lot of people can be them, and it's like a little bit like, oh, like, you know, but like I feel like with me, I'm just like, oh, like, you know, and also like I don't know, I feel like I'm different because of my genre, and also like the way that I'm going. So I guess I'm wanted. Period.
Period. You are a whole vibe.
Thank you.
100%. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to get these I'm about to say interviews. We're going to get these performances popping in a few minutes, but we're up out of here, y'all.
In a flash, 5, 8 bags. So we snuggled in the car until we took the cash. Okay, I really shouldn't do this much, but the joy is in the heart.